Jobs going overseas. Who do I blame this on? Us, the American people, because we don't take the time to turn something over and see where it was made at. I've worked for employers that here recently have switched to buying products from overseas because they're cheaper, because they can save money. I really don't have a problem with people making their money. If you want to be rich, that's fine. More power to you. Go make $1 million. I hope you make it. But not at the expense of the American people. If we buy American, more jobs will be created here. You know, personally, I believe that an American-made product is a far better product than most items that you can buy that are made from overseas. Take one of my favorite cooking utensils, cast iron skillets. I won't cook out of anything else. Every one of them that I own, I can turn over the back side of it, and it proudly states, made in the USA. Go in your kitchen. Look at all that Teflon you got in there. See where it was made. Probably won't say made in America. Well, you just put money in the foreigners' pockets. You know, I would like to go see the pyramids. I would like to go see the Sphinx. There's a lot of things overseas I would really like to go see. But I cannot. Because I fear for my life. Because I am an American. And who has caused that? Our government. Our government puts its nose in people's business where we have no reason to stick our nose in their business. I do not agree with what Middle Eastern countries do. That's my opinion. But I also don't agree with us and our military actions always intervening, as if we have the perfect plan, as if we are the police of the world. We are not. You are not holier than thou. I think it's time for people to wake up. I think it's time for people to seriously think about the decisions that they make. I think it's time for us to start worrying about us. Let's help our people out here at home. Let's bring our troops home. Taxes. Yeah, let's talk about taxes. I'm sick of taxes. I'm taxed for things that I've owned for 20 years. Why am I being taxed for something that's mine? What gives you the right to take money from me that I've earned and say that I owe it to you because I own something? How is this right? How is this American? It is not. You know, when I first talked about doing this video, I said that I was not going to turn this into a political thing for Gary Johnson. But unfortunately, that is the man that I'm voting for. Now, you want to consider it a wasted vote? I'm wasting my vote on Gary Johnson. I hope you do the same. After you've looked at the facts. Go look at what he's done. Go look at what Andre Barnett's done. How many of you know who he is? Rocky Anderson? Anybody heard of him? Probably not. Mainstream media keeps these people out of the limelight. This is wrong. We have the right to know. Drug reform. You know, there's a lot of good people in prison right now because either they couldn't make ends meet, they chose to go down what the government considers an illegal road. I don't agree with all drugs. There are a lot of drugs out there that are very bad. There are a lot of drugs out there that have destroyed lives, killed people. A lot of bad things have happened from drugs. 30,000 plus deaths a year south of the border. It's all bad. I don't agree. I don't agree with a lot of the drugs out there. Cocaine, heroin, those things, yes, those are bad. They should be illegal. People using them, people transporting them, selling them, prosecute them to the extent of the law. But let's touch base on marijuana for a second. Not everybody agrees with it. That is your personal opinion. Me, myself, I see a way out of national debt with marijuana. It can be used for so many things. There are cancer patients out there that are in extreme pain that say that marijuana helps them with their pain. Now, we have these pharmaceutical companies that like to shove Percocets and oxycodones down people's throats as if they're some miracle drug. But they're not. It's heroin. But they say that's okay. And that's a man-made chemical. I don't understand where your priorities are. I don't understand, where your morals are at. Beer is legal. You can go out, you can go to the bar, have a cop sitting at the door that watches you drink, and then you get in your car. You drive home. You killed somebody on the way home because you wrecked. Some poor guy who's working the night shift got off in the middle of the night, worked his fingers to the bones, ready to go home and go to bed, crawl in bed with his wife, see his kids. But he can't now because he's dead. Because somebody decided to drink a beer and drive. But yet, you say this is okay. You say that it's okay to drink beer. But not pot. Not marijuana. I don't agree with that. The revenue that could be generated from marijuana for medical use, for recreational use, could pull this country out of debt. And I truly think that Washington is filled with morons that don't want to pull this country out of debt. They just, they want to keep spending money on military. Like I said, I have the utmost respect for our military, our men and women that serve our country. I salute all of you. I am proud of you. But I am not proud of what my government makes you do. Guns. And then guns. You want to take guns away from the American people. It's all right to bear arms. So that when the tyrants do come, we have a way to defend ourselves. I don't claim to be a violent person. I don't want to be violent. I'm not going to be violent. That's why I'm making this video. I'm going to attack you with my voice, my opinions, the truth, which is something I wish our government would divulge to us. But they will not, because the government is filled with cowards. You hide behind a lot of things. Another subject, a very touchy subject, which I really don't like talking about because it does cause a lot of anger, is religion. What you believe in, good. I'm glad you have a religion. I'm glad you believe in something. But there is supposed to be a separation of church and state. Not everybody believes the same way. Politicians ignore that. The government ignores that. Most people in this country have proof of it in their pockets right now. Pull out any piece of currency in your pocket. That right there is proof that there can never be religious tolerance in this country, because we don't tolerate religion. Yeah, I'm calling you out, U.S. government. Do right by the people. You are supposed to work for the people. Education. I don't think anybody out here has got all the answers. But Governor Gary Johnson made a good point. Let's turn education over to the states. Let the states take it. You know, when that happens, the school system becomes a little bit more competitive. The school systems have to rely on other things other than the federal government in order to receive funding. So, how do they do that? They employ good teachers. They instill good values in their teachers, which in turn instill good values into our children. They teach our children. They don't just rely on test scores. They make sure that the children they're teaching actually learned what was taught. It's easy to cheat on a test, but to actually absorb that knowledge, we need to make sure our children are doing this. And I truly think that if our states had the ability to run their own school systems, that we, the people, again, would make this happen. But right now, the U.S. government has way too much control over everything that we have to deal with on a daily basis. Our healthcare system. You know, I don't have the answers to healthcare. I don't think there's many people out there who can claim that they do have the answers to healthcare. But what I do know is that we really should take care of our own. You know, the healthcare system is way overpriced. We don't know what we're going to pay when we go to the hospital. They don't tell us until it's too late. Oh, little Timmy had to have his appendix removed. You owe us $73,000, but had you went down to this hospital down here, you might have only paid $30,000. They don't give us the option to know how much we pay before we go. Maybe they should. Maybe it'd be nice to know how much a visit at the ER would be. Maybe we should require the hospitals to divulge that information.